What's up, guys? Kevin Allen here from Sharp, and today I'm coming at you with my best bets for UFC 275, Teixeira versus Procházka. Without further ado, let's get into it. Starting right off in the main event, I'm looking at the under 2.5 round prop as the ideal play for this card. Listen, Glover Teixeira, he's older, but he's got elite submission grappling skills. That's how he's been winning his fights. He is the champ, and I expect him to be live to get a takedown and submit Yuri in the first round or two. Big reason why is because I don't think that Glover can hang on the feet with Yuri, even for a round, definitely not for 2 rounds. Therefore, in covering all angles, best bet for this card, because either guy can win. I really don't have a great choice. I'm picking Glover to figure it out and get it done, primarily because I haven't seen Yuri's takedown defense really looking particularly good, and I haven't seen anybody who can really handle Glover on top of them, and that's how he's been winning this fight. So I expect Glover to actually win this fight, but that's not the bet. The bet here is the under 2.5 round prop, which you can get at minus 190 odds. I just don't see it going past 2.5 rounds. As a matter of fact, I don't see it going past 2 rounds. So it's a safe bet. The bet is to win 2 units at minus 190. Fight does not cross 2.5 rounds. Next up, I've got some plus money bets for you. I know we love plus money bets. So second on the card, we're taking a look at Na Liang, who is a very, very low-level fighter, but there's an interesting thing going on here. Na Liang has won pretty much most of her wins by first-round armbar. Here you could see against horrible opponents, but this opponent is horrible as well, so no big deal. Against Lou here, first-round armbar. Fang, first-round armbar. We've got arm bars galore. Here's some finishes, but more arm bars, arm bars, arm bars. Look at all these first round submission wins. Her opponent, Silvana Gomez Juarez, likes to lose via arm bar. Take a look at her last 2 fights. Arm bar loss, arm bar loss. I talk about this all the time. Fighters that get submitted, it shows a lack of BJJ skills, a lack of submission, grappling, defense that we can exploit. When you have a submission grappler taking on someone who seems really bad at stopping submissions, submissions usually happen. So the prop for this one is Liang, first round sub, plus 400 odds. We're betting half a unit to win 2 units. Every bet here is to win 2 units. So we're taking a half a unit stab at Na Liang, and I don't take these type of props very often, especially high, unlikely, plus 400 type props. But I really like this one. I think the odds are off here. Liang has a much higher shot of getting that early submission, and that's the only way she tends to win. So it's either if she does not get this or some sort of finish in the first round, Na Liang tends to completely gas out. And I actually think Gomez Juarez will finish her in the second round. So there's a little hedge there, but we're not going to go there. We're going Na Liang plus 400 odds to win by first round submission. All right, next up, Brendan Allen is taking on Jacob Malkoun. Now, Malkoun is sort of I don't know if a phenom. He's come out and he's won his last couple fights in the UFC. He doesn't do anything that great, but he's a very, very willing grappler. And his last couple of opponents have been terrible grapplers, and therefore, what we wound up with was Malkoun grinding out decision wins against fighters who could not grapple with him. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, AJ Dobson, both terrible, terrible grapplers. So now he's taken on Brendan Allen, who not only is a better striker than Malkoun, I mean, that goes without saying, but he's also a better submission grappler. He's better on the ground. He's better on the feet. He's got better takedown defense. Brendan Allen is better at everything than Jacob Malkoun. Malkoun's only hope is to try to grind out some sort of takedown heavy submission win, but or decision win. But again, I don't see it happening at all because Allen is a better grappler. So therefore, I'm taking Brendan Allen minus 300 as a parlay piece to add to any other bets on this card. I usually don't bet a minus 300 in MMA straight, and I'm adding him in with two other parlay pieces on this card: Valentina Shevchenko and Steven Garcia. So my ideal parlay here is Brendan Allen, Shevchenko, Garcia. Shevchenko needs no introduction. She's just better than her opponent here. She is one of the best ever female fighters, and she has heart. She's got everything. I believe she'll fight for our money. And finally, with Steven Garcia, primarily he's taking on a guy in Machete. We're going to call him Machete. Steve Garcia's taking on Machete. And Machete does not seem to have any sort of ground game whatsoever. He's a Chinese fighter. The Chinese MMA scene is very sort of low level. And especially on the grappling side, they don't tend to be very good. The fighters coming out of the Chinese scene, very mediocre. So he hasn't fought anybody that could have a takedown. He's extremely inexperienced. I'm going to go with the experience of Steve Garcia, who has takedowns and all of that. So we have our 3-fight parlay of Garcia, Brendan Allen, and Valentina Shevchenko. Finally, another plus money bet on this card. Take a look at Kyung Ho Kang taking on Denai Bagatelle, a.k.a. Danny Bagels. All right. And here's the thing with this fight. Danny Bagels has won by knockout, by first round finish for his last few fights. And, you know, he's looked great doing it. He quickly finished Guido Canetti. He quickly finished Kevin Natividad. He quickly finished Brandon Davis, a striker, and actually took a loss to Chris Gutierrez, a striker. But here's the thing. I think this record is really padded for Denai. I like him. He has power, but he lacks certain skills. Hali Alatang was able to take Denai down 3 times in their fight and eventually grind out a decision victory. Now, Kyung Ho Kang is a much better version of Hali Alatang. Kyung Ho Kang is a well-rounded striker and grappler. He has takedowns, and that's his path to victory. Outside of an early finish or just a one-punch bomb by Denai here, I fully expect Kyung Ho Kang to dominate this fight on the ground. As a matter of fact, Kang should be the favorite here, but instead, we're getting plus money. We're at plus 115 currently, maybe plus 120 on those. Let's take a look here. We're at, I believe, Kyung Ho Kang is at, plus 120, plus 117, plus 115, whatever it is. Obviously, shop those lines and put the money on Kyung Ho Kang. He should be favored in this fight. And yet we're getting underdog odds. I love it. That's my biggest play of the slate. I'm putting out a 2-win, 3 units bet on Kyung Ho Kang at plus 117 odds. So to recap, main event, Teixeira, Procházka, we're betting under 2.5 rounds at minus 190. For our big plus money hit, we're going Na Liang by first round submission at plus 400 odds. For the parlay of the week, we're taking Brendan Allen alongside Valentina Shevchenko and Steven Garcia, 3-man parlay. Finally, for our plus money big dollar bet, Kyung Ho Kang plus 116 odds. Good luck this week, everybody. Remember, if you enjoy this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more best bets, betting content, all that good stuff. You got to like, you got to subscribe, let people know we're out there. And if you have a bet that you love for this week's card, drop it in the comments section below. Until next time, good luck this week.